Hey everyone, I want to give you an idea of what's coming, what's going on, what I'm building, and this is here is a EPP Delta that I had in the past, and it was a prop and slot. Now you can see that there is no slot. The slot's been covered up by the original piece, and it's gluing in place right now as we speak. And what I plan to do with this is make a tractor out of it. Put a firewall and a motor up front, and that's going to be a little bit better performance. I think it'll do a little bit better. I think the prop and slot design was great for small fields, no wind. But now I'm flying at a larger field, and it kind of gets lost. It lacked power. It lacked any kind of wind penetrating power or performance even. But what it was running on was this little 850 3S pack. What I plan to run it on are the 1350, the 1800, and the 2200. And where they're going to go is on the center of gravity, which I thought was a pretty cool concept that I read about someplace. Build a plane with the center of gravity where it's supposed to be, which is about right here, and that should be fairly close, and I'll still be able to move the pack around. But for the most part, the packs are going to sit there. So the same size pack should sit on the CG, and I'd be able to change packs on it, interchangeably, and use different size packs with the plane without having to move the pack around too much. And that'll give you a good idea of what's best for the plane, and what how it works best with what weight. And I think that would be a pretty interesting little experiment there. Um, Work is almost done. The push rods are set. The servo mounts are set. That's stuff that was already there and just ready to go back in. What I have to do is reroute the wire for the rear rudder servo that originally went around the slot. Now is going to go pretty much straight down through here and come up through the into the radio compartment here. It used to come out around around here and come out here. Since the CG is going to be here, the battery is going to be about here. The larger packs going to squish that wire. So I'm going to run it this way and pop it up. Also going to put in a carbon spar going across here on the bottom, and glue that in, a little goop, and that'll stiffen it this way since you lost the support from the firewall and the motor mount. And this kind of squishes a little bit this way. And when you kind of flex it a little bit, you can't really see it, but maybe a little bit. But it lost a lot of its rigidity by removing that. But that's going to be that project, and that should be pretty interesting. Figured that shouldn't take too long. Um, what else do I have here? This is a Muncie Fast and Furious combat plane, and saw some guys at the field using them, and got talking to them. They said how easy it was to build. It turns out it was okay. One sheet of Dollar Tree foam. Also have a KF airfoil on this. Well, that one does too, actually. This one has a KF airfoil. It's just doubled in the front with Dollar Tree foam. Strip the paper off of the foam, laminate it with the packing tape, and pretty much built the plane. The ailerons, push pull, or push pull. What do you want to do? Call that. The elevator has a push rod, and it comes from the bottom, which I thought was a little weird, but it seems to work out well. It's a nice, heavy graphite rod, and it flies very well. I tuned it, and it does well in pretty windy conditions, and I like the way it handles. I'm going to keep it for a while. I really do like it. 7x6 prop, 1200 kV Aussie timer motor, and what I say, 3S 1350 on that one. And it's balanced about here. They said 1 3/4 from the front. I couldn't actually get it 1 3/4 from the front. I did it as best I can. I came out to about maybe a little less than 2 inches from the front, but yet it flies just fine. No weirdo characteristics. Can turn very tightly. Um, Very maneuverable. Nice flying plane. This guy's here. These guys here are they're X racers. So what an X racer is you download the file. Unfortunately, that company that made them, I think Mach One is the company. They're out of business, but their plans are up RC groups, and if you look on RC groups, you can see the forum and the first couple of pages of the forum. The plans are up there, and they're free to download. They're public now, and what they are is you pretty much you download the file, you print out the tiled paper on your home printer, and you assemble it like a little jigsaw puzzle, and you lay it out on your foam, and you cut out your foam, and you got pieces of an airplane, and you just assemble it. You do have to come up with something for a firewall, which isn't too bad. You can make a little aluminum bracket like I have here, or I like doing blocks of EPP now, which are a little bit easier to do. Doesn't require such a rigid mount. What I did here, this is the Dollar Tree foam laminated with the paper that I printed. This is a flat piece of styrene, and then an aluminum mount is I don't know, I zip tie it there and glued it down. It's a little rigid. I mean, if it crashes, it might crease the foam, but whatever. This is a 2208 1800 kV motor with a 6x4 prop, and you can see in there the ESC, the speed controller, and the battery is up in the front compartment over here. This is call it a stretch delta design, and what it is you get the stability as well as maneuverability, and that's achieved with this little section back here. That's the stability portion of it. That's fixed to the airplane. It gives you that stability at high speeds. Also, in the prop wash, you have your elevons, and the elevons give you that maneuverability. So at low speeds, if you're going too slow and you realize it's doing something that you don't want to do, you give it a little gas and you turn and it responds. So it's pretty nice handling plane at low speeds, and at high speeds it's nice and stable. So it can do best of both worlds. And I've flown it, and it flies very nice, stable at high speeds, or relatively high speeds. Doesn't go that fast with this combo, but it can do it. It's a nice easy flying plane, fast and slow. I liked it so much that I built another one. This one's a 0.81 scale, so 81% of the original model, and this one's going to run on a mini quad motor. Expecting a little more speed out of this one. This one hopefully do over 50 miles an hour, and I know it's not exactly ballistic, but it's quick enough for me at my skill level, and I think it should be a fun little plane. Other features with this design is a KF airfoil, where the black ends is doubled, and that forms your step. And it's not much of a step. It's a Dollar Tree foam board thickness step, but supposedly it puts a nice little cushion of air underneath, and it gives it that nice floaty, low speed handling characteristics that these things are known for. If you read about them, they have quite a following, and people really like them. And they're nice and docile at low speeds. You can land them slow, and they take off easily from your hand. It's a nice flying plane, and fairly easy to build. It's a fun build, and you get a nice plane out of it. I just wanted to let you know what was going on, and if you got this far, I do appreciate it, and thank you very much for watching.